We're going to be making clothing items for Unturned. Now this already assumes that you have some sort of drawing software like GIMP, Paint.net, or Photoshop, and some knowledge and experience on how to use that software. I will be going over how to set up the textures. We will be making a pair of pants and a pair of a shirt, and then we will Unity those. So first, we're going to need the source file. Go to your Steam, your Unturned, go to Browse Local Files. In Unturned, you're going to go to Bundles, Sources, Example Mod, Animation, Texture. I'm going to drop it into whatever software we have. So once you have your uniform or your source texture in whatever software you're using, I'm going to go and explain some of the different faces that will show up on your uniform. So it is clearly labeled, but for those that have no idea what this is your front torso. This is your front torso. This is your back torso. These are the sides of the torso. You don't typically have to worry about any of this stuff. This is the faces and the neck. The faces of the face, you don't really have to worry about that when you're making a t-shirt or a pair of pants. This line here, all of this is your legs. So you have your front right, I forgot what that is, but these are your legs. Yeah, your front, both your fronts, your backs, your lefts, your rights. These are your legs. And the one below it is your arms. These would be your arms. And then this would be the top of the north torso, where your neck is and everything. This right here is the end of the hands. Like not the arms, but the very end of the hands. This is the bottom of the feet. So this will probably be used for making shoes. And then this here is your neck. You don't really need to worry about that when making t-shirts or whatever. And then this empty area is just empty space. So let's go ahead and make a t-shirt of some sort. We're going to start with a pair of pants first. And make a nice pair of jeans. So we want to have some sort of blue color there. And then we're going to add some shoes, maybe some boots here. And then it's very important, so we have our boots. Now we want to make sure that we have the bottom of our boots. And so we're going to color this in the same color as our boots. And we're going to make a nice red t-shirt of some sort. So we're going to make sure that we get the front, the back, and both sides. And then we're also going to make sure that we get the very top of it. And then just for kind of like a little reference, we're going to go in here and we're just going to make a cutout. We're gonna find the size of this gap. So there's 1, 2, 6. So that's 6. And then we're gonna go up here. We're gonna go to the middle. We'll go 3, 6. And then kind of just do something like that. And that will work. And then we need to do the sleeves. So we could do something like this for short sleeve stuff. or we can do something for long sleeve stuff. Let's go ahead and do long sleeve. And just for the video, we'll give him a pair of gloves. So we'll come all the way to the bottom, and then we'll also select the bottom of the hands, and we will just paste in our color for our gloves. And then there's your texture. It's done. Now we need to do two things before we can do anything. We're gonna go to our desktop, and we're gonna make some sort of folder. We're gonna call it clothing test, just to keep everything organized. And then now we need to export this, but we don't export it. We don't export it as a single thing. We have to split it from the shirt and the pants. So the easiest way I do it in paint.net is I go ahead and I select the pants and the bottom of the shoes. I copy that and I delete it. That just leaves the shirt. We want to delete that too. And then we're going to save as, and we're going to go to wherever we made that folder. Don't mind that. Where is clothing? I lost it. There we go. Clothing. We'll do shirt test. You can name it whatever the hell you want, because you will change the name later. And then we're going to delete that and then copy in our pants. And then we'll save that. And then we'll just do pants. So we have our files now, and we can go into Unity. Eventually we'll be able to make stuff like this with a little bit more detail, using different color gradients and stuff. But now you have your files, so now we need to move on to the Unity part. This already assumes that you have Unity installed and you know how to how to navigate Unity. I will go over what version I'm using and how to do the clothing. So you have your Unity hub open. Within the modding community, everybody's going to tell you something different. They're going to tell you a different version to use. They're going to tell you a different method to work. I honestly couldn't care less how you do it or what version you use. As long as the mod works and you get a finished product, who cares? But for me, Unity version 2019.4.29 F1 works for me. I haven't had any issues with it whatsoever. So inside your Unity hub, we're going to make a new project. We can call this whatever you want. We'll do test clothing or clothing test. You can leave it as 3D, and you can leave, if you want to change the location to somewhere else, you can here, but I'm going to leave it there for right now. We're going to hit create. Okay, so if this is your first time opening Unity, you're going to be presented with this screen. Now assuming that you still have your sources still open, so unturned bundles sources, you're going to import both of these files. And the easiest way to do that is to, nope. Actually, I lied. Yes. You're going to give it a minute. It's going to be like import. You're going to hit yes. We're going to hit all just in case, and then you're going to hit import. And you're going to get some things up here that'll pop up once it's done. And you're going to import the example assets Unity file. And then once it's done decompressing, another thing's going to pop up just like the previous one. You're going to hit all, just in case something is unselected. You want to make sure that everything is selected. You're going to import. All right. That took a little bit longer than expected, but once you have all your files imported, there's still a little bit more setup that you need to do before you can actually get into Unity. First, you're going to make some sort of folder to hold your mod. So we're going to call this clothing test. You can name this whatever you want. Clothing test. We're going to open this and we're going to go show in the folder, we're going to right click, show in Explorer. Oh, and this is what's going to pop up. You're going to go inside of clothing test. We're going to leave that empty for right now. Going back, we're going to do it again. We're going to go to Assets, Core Master Bundles, Items, and then we're going to find Show in Explorer. And this is what pops up again. And we're going to leave that back. Okay, so going back to your mod now. Going back to what your mod is. Clothing test. We're going to make 2 new folders in here. We're going to name this we're going to name this Pants Test. And we're going to name this Shirt Test. Once we have Shirt Test and Pants Test, we're going to go back to the Core Master Bundles items. We're going to go down to Pants, Chef Bottoms, and we're going to select all of this, copy, and then we're going to go Chef Bottoms. We're going to make sure that it's our pants file. We're going to paste the pant material in here. Then go back, do the same thing for the shirt, Chef Top, copy all of that, Shirt Test, and paste all of this. Now what we can do is we can actually just take our actual shirt and import it into here. Same thing for the pants. We take our pants texture and place it in there. And then we're going to click back onto Unity, and Unity is going to update everything. There we go. Now we're going to go back to the assets, back to our mod. We're going to do the shirt first. So you're going to click on the item, and you're not going to do anything. All right, it's very important that you follow along exactly what I do. So we're going to load up the item, make sure it's here in your scene. You have shirt and shirt test. We're going to delete the chef top, and we're going to come to our actual texture. We're going to rename it to shirt, capital S, just like that. And then over here on the right, we have an inspector tab open. We're going to set the compression quality to none. We're going to set this to 16. Filter mode, point no filter. We're going to do warp mode or wrap mode, clamp. And then we're going to enable read/write enable, and alpha is transparency. We're going to enable that. And then we're going to hit apply. You're going to see your shirt down here update. Next, what you can do is you can go ahead and delete this material, and then you will want to drag your texture, your shirt texture file, onto the item inside inside your scene. That's going to update down here with a materials folder. You're going to go inside the material folder. Now this kind of depends. People will say you can take the material and import it into shirt tests or whatever. You have to rename the material as material. I haven't had an issue with not doing that. But we do need to do something to the material. Up here we have the metallic and smoothness. This kind of just changes how it'll look. If it's metal, you make it more shiny or whatever. It doesn't really matter. Play around with it, whatever. But if you're making a normal shirt, you kind of just want to leave it like this. But very important, if you're making a shirt that has cutouts and you want to show skin, you're going to set the rendering mode to cutouts. You're going to see that it'll update the little cutout for your neck. And that's it. You're done. And it is the exact same process for the pants. So going back to pants, we're going to do this a little bit faster. We're going to load up the item. We're going to delete. Oh god, no, don't do that. Okay, you're going to delete the pants. You're going to rename your actual pants texture to pants, capital P with an S at the end. You're going to do the exact same settings as before. no point, clamp, read write, alpha is transparency, apply. You can delete the material. You can drag your file onto here. It's going to update with the materials folder. Inside the material folders, you're going to do the exact same setting or however you want to do it, blah, blah, blah. You're going to set to cutout. Obviously, our pants don't really have any showing your skin, but you still need to do it. And once that's done, your clothing is done. Now what you can do is you can export it into your game files and do the .dats. So I'm not going to go over both of them. I'm just going to do the shirts. It's the same exact process, and I'll explain as I go. So we're going to grab our shirt test. You should have, actually I don't. Okay, so you're going to grab our shirt test folder here. You're going to go up to Window, Unturned, Bundle Tool. Your little thing will pop up. You can place it wherever you want. We're going to place it right there. I'm going to hit grab. It's going to grab that folder. We're going to hit bundle shirt test. And then we're going to go back to our bundles, our unturned folder. Inside of bundles, inside of items, we're going to find our relating item type. So this is a shirt. So we're going to find the shirt folder inside of items. We're going to go in here. And this is very important. You're going to make a folder and you're going to call it the exact same thing as what your Unity file is called. This does not affect what your shirt is called in game, though. You will be able to change that. But it's very important that you have these two names matching. And inside of here, you're going to hit save. It's going to Unity. While that's doing its thing, we're going to grab a file explorer. Put up here, we're going to go back to the same location. So inside of shirts, there's our test shirt. When it's done, a Unity file will import. Now this works for literally anything else that you want to do. But you're going to find a similar item within shirt. You're going to go inside this. No. Let's do a vanilla. So let's find military top or something. Military top. So you're going to go inside one of these photos. And you're going to see English and military top Russia. You're going to copy both of those. And then go back. Shirt test. Is it done? It's almost there. We're going to paste these in here. And while that's uploading, we're going to rename this shirt test. So again, it's very important. So now we have three items that need to be named the exact same as our Unity folder, as our Unity file, okay? That is the folder itself which within the Unity file resides. And we have the .dat file. All three need to share the same exact name. That includes capitalization and any special characters you include. You can leave English as English.dat. But we're going to go inside of English and we're going to open it up with some sort of software, for example, Notepad++. You can give it a description. Red t-shirt. Cool red t-shirt. And we will give it the actual name that you'll see. We're gonna save that. We can close out of that. So yeah, so now this is done importing. So now we have shirt test, and shirt test. So all three of those names match. If you're confused on what this .dat is and thus Unity, I have show file extensions on, so you don't have to include those when actually renaming it. It'll just happen. And then now we're going to go inside of our actual Unity file. So your game will actually generate a GUID. So you can completely delete that and leave that empty. And then once you load the game up, Unturned will generate a GUID for this. That's basically kind of how the game reads these files. You're gonna have type shirt, the rarity, and clothing. Now, this is why I tell you that you just want to go, when you're making this kind of stuff, you want to go into a similar item, some sort of vanilla item, within the same item type, and copy the .dat because it'll have all the stuff necessary. You just need to change like the GUID and the ID. We're gonna add a new ID, something 16, something like that. That'll be fine. We're gonna copy that somewhere. We don't lose it. We have our sizes. So this is how many slots it takes up when it's in your inventory. This is the inventory size. We can change that to a 5x5. We can change the armor status. And if we want it to be able to repair it and craft it into cloth, we can just replace this number and it should work. If not, you can just delete this whole blueprints folder. If you're not master bundling, you're going to type in exclude _from _master _bundle, just like that, exactly how that is. Now that works. We're going to save this, and now we can launch Unturned, and the GUID will generate. If it doesn't generate, that probably means you messed up somewhere here, naming these files the exact same, and it's pretty much the same exact process for the shirts, or the pants, items, pants, new folder, copies, and English and .dat from a vanilla file, paste it in there, change the names, export your Unity file, all that. Now I'm going to load up Unturned and prove to you that the GUID generated automatically and everything works. Alright, so now you're in some sort of single player test world or whatever. All you have to do is whatever @give/give, and then your ID that you set up. There's our shirt. Put it on, we're wearing it. There it is, it's beautiful. There's the name we set up, red t-shirt. And then there's our description.